a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Welcome back for more I Wani Hug That Gator. Let's continue. We're not doing this one live, it's just you and me. Though this time I pass on the mini breakfast burritos. After how bad they messed me up during PE yesterday, I don't want my stomach to endure that torture again. Instead, I just go for a few hash browns from the fast food joint by the metro. I idly stroll through my feed as I usually do, while the metro jostles about to my destination. It's been a few days now, and the strange scent of extremely cheap detergent and alcohol have become an afterthought. Some of the vines are actually plastic, and the flowers are little air fresheners. That's not actually something I noticed, more so witnessed when a passenger tried to eat one. Some of the vines are real though, for some reason they go untouched anyways. Maybe they're just not tasty? Vegetarians don't eat the grass on their lawns after all. Right? Huh. Anyways, the lights have gone out and someone just dropped a wrecking ball next to me. Oh, must be Mr. Ferris. Good morning, Inko. No. Good morning, Inko. Good morning. Has work been going fine? It has, slowly, but I'm very thorough. I hate the idea of a place of learning not being an ideal place to learn. And I appreciate our talks. Your perspective has really helped me understand the student body more. You're welcome. Hey, have you given more thought to the fashion thing? I have, though I can't say that I really get it. There's plenty to see everywhere if you just look around. Really? Like what? Well, like, look at the girl on the other end of the car there. It's rather revealing. I don't think that's actually for me. I love my wife. I just mean as an example. Well, there's an event coming up and I could see about trying something new. What would you recommend? That's a good question. What would be good to use here? In my inner eye, I can conceptualize the coolest possible Ferris. The fresh machine is going full throttle. First, sunglasses. His eyes may be a little too far apart for that. However, beanie? Moving on. Big guns, fresh jacket. That would actually look nice. There we go, the coolest possible Ferris. Mr. Nito? Sorry, just thinking. Why don't you start with... Radical frosted glass, dim glasses. Let's try the jacket. Really now? Those all sound rather expensive. Yeah, they are. You know what they say? You know what? Try a gold chain necklace. A what? Yeah, just make sure it's appropriately sized so it doesn't look silly. I'm sure it would go a long way, and they're pretty cheap to get. Well, alright. I'll take your word for it. We sure talk a lot about fashion, though. Is that really all everything's about these days? Oh, of course not. What do you want to know about? What's your YOLO mean? I've heard that term thrown around recently. It was like 5 years ago. Oh. Mr. Ferris and I talk more about contemporary urban slang until we arrive at our stop. I like Mr. Ferris. Art. Mr. Latican just started talking about our first project of the class. As soon as he said the word, Olivia's hand shot up. Her gray eyes sparkled in excitement, and a smile threatened to crush the perpetual frown etched on her snout. The girl vibrates in her seat as she waves her arm in the air, trying to get the teacher's attention. Latican's own smile was strained as he and Olivia engaged in a staring contest with one another. I could only marvel as the two argued with each other without a single word. Eventually, Latican won by turning off the lights and turning on the cheap projector hanging from the ceiling, and playing a safety video about paint that felt far too graphic for a school setting. I don't think I'll be able to eat barbecue for a while. Thoroughly defeated, Olivia crosses her arms and pouts in her seat. And that is why we won't be using any more exotic materials for any projects, Miss Halford. Ugh, maybe I should have just skipped breakfast entirely. I still don't see the problem. Once you've had all the proper safety handling courses, in the second semester, you'll be allowed to use oil-based paints. What the fuck happened with oil-based paints? Until that time, however, the assignments will require safer supplies. Now, since we pivoted to this, might as well finish the full video. I want to see the video. A grumpy Gator holds a hand to her throat, mumbling to herself as she grabs a metal flask to drink from it. The entire display from her was mystifying, at odds with how Ben and Liz described Olivia. In fact, it kind of reminded me of me. I can understand why, after all, Latican is letting Ben and I use some of the equipment in photography. That thrill of experimentation and new possibilities, no doubt that it brings a creative spark to her eyes. Eyes that fill with pure malice as they glare daggers my way. Oh, was I staring? Oops. Before I could offer an apology, she already had her hands on her wheels. She rolls up to Latican's desk and he leans forward intently. I can't make out anything that's said through the video, but going by the occasional glare back, it's not hard to imagine. Crap, I really didn't mean to offend. Latican notices I'm watching and motions for me to come forward. Slowly, I shift out of my seat and approach the desk. That reminds me. Grab my water. Got it. Alright, is something going on here? Latican speaks in a hushed tone, just loud enough for me to hear over the makeshift matinee. Olivia's telling me you're making goofy faces at her. No, I said he was staring at me through the class. Huh? It's weird, like he's never seen someone like me. Can't you move him to a different seat? Now hold on there a second, Olivia. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm sure this is just a misunderstanding. Mr. Latican. It's like she's a different person here. She finishes off the canteen of water and brings it to her mouth. You're giving a lot of leeway when it comes to seat assignments, but asking for something like this? I just want him to leave me alone. She sips again. What's that about? Well then, Inko, you tell us. What's on your mind? Can't have disagreement between classmates this early in the year. I'm confused. I didn't know there was any disagreement between us. Well, sometimes it's little things you do that you don't even think about that affect people the most. Anything like that come to mind? I shake my head. Olivia's glare doesn't diminish away from my field of view. I mean, I've been a bit curious about her since we sit next to each other, and I'm friends with some of her friends. We all sat together at lunch yesterday. Latican nods to himself thoughtfully. Sounds like he just wants to hang out, Olivia. Her face scrunches at the mere thought. Not really interested. He's distracting me from classwork. I want to watch the video without being gawked at. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Just say you were spacing out, bro. Does that resolve the issue for you, Olivia? No, I don't want somebody in this class. She goes to take another sip, but ends up turning the canteen upside down. All out. Olivia, you can go fill that up if you want. You won't be missing anything. The video's nothing you don't already know, I'm sure. Olivia's eyes me suspiciously and slowly moves out the door towards the nearest water fountain. Latican sighs. All right. He leans back in his chair with his arms resting behind his head. Ingo, I told you yesterday, if the air needs clearing, do it yourself. Now she's in a mood because you were staring at her like a weirdo. And here I thought you two would get along. She even gave you that sketch she made of you. Truthfully, I'm impressed, but here we are. What's going on, big guy? Again, sorry. Also sorry for my voice, I'm trying. It's been a pretty busy few days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've gotten into a cool friend group. We're all gonna sit together at lunch. Olivia's there too. She didn't say much, but I got her a soda. I don't know why she's so upset at me. It's nothing personal, Inko. It's not? She's reticent, especially when it comes to change. If you're at her lunch period too, I can see why she'd be wary of you. If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Latican? Yes? Why is she so open with you? How do you mean? Just now, she spoke more in that conversation than all the other times I've seen her yesterday. I saw the canteen, I figured it's something to do with her voice, but it's surprising. Her water bottle is the other way around. It's unfortunate, but she just rarely talks at all. I guess she just really trusts me. I've known her since she was a freshman. She seems to gravitate towards art, and how I taught it, and soon enough I took her under my wing. But she lives with Damien, right? He's at lunch table with her, and she still barely talks to him. Poor kid. Hope he's doing all right. He seems to be all right. But yeah, she's distant with everyone. So much so that I keep hearing weird things about her. Sorry, I had to pop a cough drop in my mouth. Latican leans forward in his chair, suddenly attentive. Is this about you gossiping with Ben yesterday? A bit. He showed up at the table and said something about her being the same after she left. Probably some drama there, but I don't want to pry. He nods. But also, Liz told me some weird things too. He stops nodding. I know of her. Is something wrong? No. She just said that I shouldn't get invested in being her friend. Everyone's being weird about it. I was curious myself. I guess that's why I was looking at her weird. Sorry. Latican rubs his temples. Again, sorry, I've got a cough drop in my mouth. I'm completely unprofessional. Ay. It's worse than I thought. What is it? I'll put it this way. You've met 3 people that know Olivia other than me. Of 3, only 1 thinks highly of her, and the other 2 start unloading drama on anyone willing to listen. In this case, you. No wonder you're confused. I hadn't thought of it like that. I don't blame you. You shouldn't be involved in anything stupid. Thank you, Sword and Fairy. Thank you so much for letting me know you finished downloading. High schoolers, you know? I guess. Latican inhales, collecting his thoughts. Important question, then. Do you really want to be Olivia's friend? Huh? I mean, I guess. A judging eyebrow is raised my way. Are you really, or just curious about her? He seems pretty serious about this. Yes, then. Olivia returns to class and rolls back up to the desk. Back. Have you changed his desk yet? Latican nudges his head towards me, expectantly prodding on me. Look, I'm sorry I distracted you during class, Olivia. She looks toward Latican and gets a similar nod. Sure. I mean, you're welcome. I mean, thanks, shit. But, no, really, I don't want to be distracted. Come on now, Olivia. The least you could do is give him another chance. You never know. I don't really want to know. I get he's, like, friends with Damien, but I don't really want to, you know, not in this class. But I'd like to be your friend. She stops and raises an eyebrow. Lots of those going around recently. Like she's expecting this response. She looks to Latican for help. Actually, Olivia, I also think he'd make a good friend for you. What? You fucking traitor. No cursing. What? His words were like a battering ram. I'm simply saying to give Ingo here a chance. I could almost see the imaginary bulwark she hid behind slowly crumbling from what Latican was saying. You're both quite similar at heart, though you may have different methods. Oh, Lord, I've got the hiccups. Well, this won't go well. Perhaps you find... Nope. 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 Yeah, I'll be right back. After that, in another cough drop, perhaps you'll find some compromise behind cynicism and naivety if you work together. Finally, the last fragments of her imaginary fortress collapses. Olivia can only look at the art teacher with timid confusion painted across her face. Oh, well, I don't know. Are you for real, Mr. Latican? I am. He's actually in another class of mine. I've seen him. He's passionate about his camera like you are with a brush. And I do expect great things from him. Okay. Sorry, I really thought, Oh. Oops, she accidentally bit her tongue. Her mouth clamped shut. It's just my opinion. You can make your own choices, Olivia. She nods furiously. Oops, the movie's about to end. You two should head back to your seats. We good here? Olivia side-eyes me again and nods once more. All right. He motions for us to skedaddle. Olivia backs away to her spot. Thanks, Mr. Latican. For what? I just gave an opinion. I'm serious. It's up to you two if you want to be friends. Don't screw it up. He waves me off again and gets up to flip the lights on. I get back I just like that they just lowered the thing. I get back to my seat and stare absent-mindedly at the projected screen as I digest Latican's last words. He slowly gave me his opinion. He only gave me his opinion, but it seems like he also gave me an opportunity to take the right steps in connecting with Olivia. Sorry. There, now I should sound clear. With what he said about her being passionate with a brush, it's gotten me even more curious about her artistic prowess. Speaking of whom, I notice she occasionally gives me a side eye. I don't think she can see my eyes due to the dim light combined with my shades. She stares at me with a sense of strange curiosity, almost as if she's trying to get a read on me from my face alone. But from what I can tell by her facial cues, she seems confused and almost shaken up. It's like she wants to say something, but keeps on backing away at the last second. Guess her mind is also jostled around from Latican's words. Our teacher flicks the light switch and I feel my retina burn from the bright lamp lights, even with my sunglasses. Alright, normally, your first week we'd be doing something simple like color swatch wheels. However, I think you all can manage something a bit more advanced. The Gator girl's head whipped around at the word advanced. Whatever Olivia was thinking before regarding me seems to be forgotten as she focuses almost entirely on the teacher. Mr. Latican holds up a stack of papers for us to see. First things first, I'd like for you all to fill out these topic sheets so that I know you understand how to safely handle oil-based paints. No, seriously, what the hell happened with the oil-based paints? Last thing we need is another burnt-down schoolroom. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Who? Why? The way Latican says those words makes me imagine some pretty horrible outcomes. Once you finish your sheets, bring them to me so I can review them. I'll be giving you the permission sheet after I know that you won't set yourselves on fire or poison yourselves who tried to eat the paint. The Allosaurus guy in front of me hands back the stack and I take a page from it before handing the rest to the Diplo girl behind me. My eyes scan over the sheet. What grade of mask do snouts longer than 3 inches require? The realization hits me. I didn't see the first half of that video. My eyes scan over the page and I groan when I see questions I've no answers for. All of them pertaining to dinosaur anatomy. The art teacher looks directly at me and then to the side. I try to decipher his meaning and follow his eyes. Oh. I turn in my seat and lean closer to Olivia. Hey, What? What now? What? What is it? I'm not gonna let you draw me. What the hell? Looking at her paper, I see that she's already answered the questions I couldn't. I show her my own page, tapping the upper section that was still blank. Olivia groans and looks at Latican pleadingly. All she gets for her troubles is a thumbs up. Fine. Fine. Here. She holds out her sheet to me. Wait, isn't this cheating? The art teacher wouldn't... When did he get to his desk? Why does he have a sleeping mask? If I look over the answers, I still learn the safety procedures. So what's the difference in the end? That must be what he's thinking. Either that or he doesn't care. I copy the words from Olivia's sheet, doing my best to at least rephrase them. Some of my classmates are already walking up to Latican's desk. He's barely reading the pages, not even taking the sleeping mask off. Thanks, Olivia. Whatever. Olivia finishes her page in a few seconds and wheels herself to the desk, too. The last answer I'm fairly confident on. Like what flashpoint means. I get up and go to Latican's desk and set my safety assignment down. Good. Here's your permission slip to use hazardous paints. He didn't even bother looking over my worksheet. He lifts the eye mask from his eyes and looks at me with one eye. What? Most of the stuff doesn't apply to you, Inko. Just don't drink the paint or get it in your eyes and you'll be okay. Yes, Mr. Latican. Attaboy, now go back to your desk and wait for class to end. Tomorrow I'll be starting you all on something simple, like painting a cube or a ball. Yeah, model dodgeball painting. The eye mask drops down and I return to my seat. He's a dick. Did we catch that he did that? That he said, nope, our character doesn't even catch it. The class reads 5 minutes until lunch. Olivia's back to leering at me. I consider what I should do or say as some sort of icebreaker. Mr. Latican said we're similar, and I can see some of what he means. But I'm a photographer and she's a painter. So, a cubist and a dotist walk into a bar. Bing bong! Have a good lunch now! The moment the bell rings, Olivia shoves most of her things into her backpack, not caring if her notebook gets crushed. Once she zips up, she races out of the classroom. Guess she doesn't want to get caught up in the chaos of the lunchroom stampede. I managed to avoid getting stuck in the frenzy by shuffling along the wall a long way around the lunchroom. It's a bit longer, but at least there's less risk of getting used as an improv meat cube. Hey, why don't I just go in through the courtyard? It's right next to the table. Damn it. Next time. Hey, is there a palm tree or something by the table now? Never seen one with a trunk that's green. I get around the last of the crowd and approach the table. Damien's here chewing down a sandwich stacked with various meats. And like yesterday, Olivia's already at the table. Hey Damien, you seen Liz? Thought she was joining us for lunch. Without a word, Damien points to the palm tree next to us. Oh crap, that's not a tree. I look up to see Liz's head in the rafters, prodding at the vines on the ceiling. The ceiling was a lot lower in the computer lab, so I couldn't tell as easily, but that neck is long. Anyways. Hey Liz. What voice did I go? Hey Inko. No. Hey Inko, couldn't see you from here. No, sorry. Hey Inko, couldn't see you from up here. Wait till I heard... Sorry. Hey Inko, couldn't see you from up here till I heard you. I guess I'll go ahead and get my food from the vending machines again. Making my way to the vending machines, I do the same song and dance I did last time. A card swipe a few button presses later earned me a couple of cans of soda, 2 bags of chips, and a few candy bars. It's like when the teacher asked if you brought enough candy for everyone, only now it's true. I head back to our table, the bundle of food stuff in my makeshift pouch, and distribute them. Olivia gets her share, but she doesn't say anything. Oh, sweet, bro. Aw, why thank you, Inko. Damien, if you'd be so kind. Already on it. Damien cracks open the can of soda just as Liz lowers her head next to him. She's wearing a novelty soda cap. He then speed swaps the old cans with the new ones, almost like he's swapping wheels on a Formula Racer. Thank you. Snoot kissed. That's cute. No problemo. Liz's head cranes back up to the top ceiling and continue to eat the foliage. So, Nico, how's your day been so far? It's been pretty decent, I'd say. I'm mostly looking forward to photography since Ben showed me some good spots and some good photo spots. Cool. Damien just nods as he continues munching on his sandwich. I think he's zoned out about halfway through my sentence. Oh, and also, Liz helped me submit my contest entry. Awesome! Can always rely on Liz to help you out. Flattery will get you nowhere, Damien. Just saying the honest truth. Liz entered the contest too, right? Everyone must be trying to win the cash prize. The money's okay. Liz comes down again with a mouthful of leaves. Her hands hold up a tray with each segment filled with different sauces. But the real prize is having your submission featured on the sponsor's magazine cover and in a feature article. How is she still articulate? Oh, I should have done that. Do you have any idea how great it looks on a resume? Heck, I can probably get a scholarship with that alone. Whoa, you really got all this planned out. What'd you submit? She takes a moment to swallow her salad, then shares a huge grin. I submitted my best digital art piece. Ooh, what is it? Here. The tray is set aside so she can bring out her phone to show Damien and me her entry. It looks like to be a village townhouse piece, very rustic and classy. Looks pretty good. Yo, that's so cool. It looks so realistic. Thanks. Took me about a week to really blend some of the more fanciful elements into each other. I based it off my grandfather's home from the old country. This is amazing. You can't even tell this whole thing is digital art at all. You like really good with that AI and stuff. Sorry. Damien grabs a hold of Liz's phone and turns towards Olivia. Hey, Olivia. She jumps, having been suddenly made relevant in the conversation. She was just spectating. What? I'm not giving these chips back. They're mine. What? I was just going to show you Liz's entry. Olivia narrows her eyes and leans over to see the image on Liz's phone. She then looks up and gives Damien a quick nod before returning to eating her chips. Damien's smile falters a little at her minimal response, though he's back to his usual grin as Liz takes her phone back. Wow, Liz, I didn't know you were so into digital painting. That looks great. Do you plan on being an artist after graduating? Aw, thanks. Well, no, I don't plan on being an artist per se. The plan is to be an antiques dealer, specifically with art. What's that mean? It means she buys and splattered canvas everyone else just uses for money laundering. No. It'll be a real deal stuff. There's a real market out there for it. So I'm taking an AP business class and using the school's prestigious art program. That's actually why I picked this place out. There's a real elite selection of graduates from here. Oh, you're the school's treasurer too, right? Sure am. I'm doing everything to make sure I'm ready for the real deal. I do love painting, though. It's not just an ends to a mean. Maybe that's why I want to get into trading. I can get the right people the right art they need. That's actually a pretty good... That's very thoughtful. I do agree with that. That's actually pretty good. If you have an artist, they know what they're looking at. I should start thinking about my future more. I wonder what Olivia thinks about this, if it's even interesting her. Damien is just exaggeratedly nodding his head up and down, and I don't know if he's agreeing with Liz or head-banging to some tune playing in his head. I look to the side to see Olivia staring down at the chips, looking pensive. I guess I'm not the only one that's a bit worried about our long-term plans after school compared to Liz. But we got a whole year still. What about you, Damien? Don't really have a big goal set. Only reason I'm going here is because it's the closest school to our home. Damien, you know I keep telling you to plan ahead. I know, but I like keeping my options open. So what are you doing in school? I just picked out any class that seemed interesting to me. Though I gotta say, home economics class is pretty fun. I get to make food in class and eat it too. From learning skills in a class like that, you'd be a perfect husband. Yeah. Wait, what? What? Aw, they're so cute together. Up she goes. But to get back to my point about that art contest, if I win and get that interview, it's an insane advantage. I'll say so. By the way, Olivia, did you submit something for the art contest? Oh. She looks away, slightly deflated. No. Really? Oh crap, I might have a chance then. Hey Liz, that sounds a certain way. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Olivia rolls her eyes and merely goes back to munching on her chips. Mr. Latican said you were really into painting, and I really liked the portrait you made of me that you'd made. Whoa, she what? Her suspicious leer is now replaced with a murderous glare. Yep, lunch is the perfect time to eat my foot. I haven't actually seen any of her real work, only something she'd done out of boredom. Olivia's eyes close as she inhales deeply, the air of neutrality returning to her once she opens them. I'm not gonna kill him, I'm not gonna kill him, I'm not gonna kill him, I just... Cop drops back. She looks me up and down again, as though something will be different this time. Can't. What's that mean? Besides, even if I could, they're gonna be looking for the best artists here, so you gotta show them with how good your art is. But I just don't want to look at me and feel like they have to give me a reward out of pity. Damien's face is frozen mid-bite, his sandwich losing the meat integrity by the second as his eyes flicker between Olivia and I. I can practically hear the blaring alarm in his head as his brain catches fire trying to connect dots. I want to be judged for my art and not. Olivia struggles to formulate the next few words and lets out a weary sigh. It would just feel undeserved. How? Yeah, how? Damien, shh. Let her talk. Has that ever happened before? Do people really do that? You weren't there for it. Some loser used to even tell me to take advantage of it. As someone who's disabled, fuck that. Why not? Holy shit, bro! That was a bad move. I forgot about this. Dude, seriously? Why? So I can constantly get reminded of myself? So I can't separate myself from my work? So I can get complacent being worse so I can actually rely on it? So the playing field can be even? That's a lot at once. I'm not even sure I got all that, but I definitely touched a nerve I shouldn't have. No, sorry. Olivia brushes her hair down. Look, I don't want to get rewards and praise I haven't earned. I'm seriously not that good. I really wouldn't win. She sighs and takes a long sip of cola. Can I see some of your work? No. Man, she really shouldn't put herself down like that. Welcome to be an artist. I get it, a lot of students here are crazy good at art. Some are probably better than I'll ever be. Some are probably better than I ever will be, and they're just starting. It's pretty scary to think about. I mean, like that landscape on the city near the principal's office. Landscape? Hold on, I took a shot of it. It's a bit tough getting my camera out now with all the books I needed for class in the way. I lay out the contents of my backpack, taking my treasured DSLR out at last. After finding the shot in question in the menus, I turned the display towards everyone so they could see the glamour shot. A freshman made that painting. Just from looking at it, I can see why it won first place. I drew that. Oh. Her name is on it, isn't it? My brain finally makes the connection with the signature on the mural. That was you? Is it that much of a shocker to you? Quite a bit, yeah, it looks amazing. I mean, it's whatever. Had to have some dumb guy to help me out, so it isn't like I was the one who did it all. So when you say you can't enter, it's because you already won once? Yeah, basically. She looks away from us, eating her chips in silence. I've heard the expression of being one's worst critic, but I've never expected Olivia to kick herself this hard. Hey, as a writer, I suck at writing. It's just how it is. I'm mentally kicking myself thrice over just for thinking the last part. What? Something wrong, Liz? Did she bite her tongue or something? Why is she imitating one of those pitcher plants right now? Liz? What's with the look, long neck? Just surprised to see you in better spirits is all. You're making it weird. Don't make it weird. Yeah, it's been ages, Olivia. To think a Randy like Inky here got you to open up like this in just 2 days. He gestures to me. What do you do, man? What'd you do, man? The girl in question freezes, Damien's thoughtless comments having thrust her into self-awareness. And she just leaves. Olivia, wait! She's gone. Well, she did give a warning. Yeah. I was just excited she was making good progress. He really is like a big brother to her. The rest of the lunch we spent trying to talk about Liz's art piece process. Damien looked like he wanted to try to bring Olivia back into the conversation, but no one had any idea where she'd gone. Still, a part of me thinks she wants to talk. So why doesn't she? Sadly, a question for another time as Olivia departs. Departure seems to signal the end of lunch. At least Liz and Damien wave goodbye, leaving me to clean up all the trash from the table, including everything I'd removed from my backpack. Darn it! So that's where we're going. Fuck it. Photography class comes and goes. Since we're partners, Latican gives Ben and I the green light to walk around the campus. Ben shows me around to see his prime photo spots and such, and as such becomes my impromptu tour guide. It's actually pretty neat to see the parts of the school I haven't explored yet until now. Places like the music hall, the recreational pool were the most interesting to see. Currently, the courtyard, Ben points out the view of the outer landscape around the school. No wonder why Ben was eager to show me these views. They were impeccable. But while he's explaining the image he has in his head, my mind still wanders back to Olivia. I wonder what I did to make her express herself so much. Inko? Inko! Huh? I was asking if you'd be available sometime during the weekend to take photos. Oh, yeah, I'm free on Saturday. Excellent. We can meet up back there, then back here. Sounds good. As we head back to class, I begin to think about something I can do in history class. So that is where we're going to leave it. I was going to do the whole day, but I'm still not feeling that great, so I don't really want to push myself completely yet. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen it, I have a second channel called Sinfully Pure on YouTube. Please come check it out and give it some love. The Eldritch Abomination is mostly taken over there, but some of the long-form videos from this channel are over there, just like some of long-forms from her Let's Plays are over here. So please go give some love, and thank you again, guys, for helping us hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to be doing a special present for everybody because of it, so keep an eye on an upcoming video about it. Be awesome, guys, and just be yourselves. Bye!